come on, man. And with the local DBC news, LL Cool J with a triumphant comeback. But tonight, don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years. I'm rocking my pants.
Hello and welcome everybody, this is Aprilia and thank you for watching this video about NBA 2K13 and legendary bigman. This one is the second in my new mini-series about legendary bigman in recent NBA history, who I personally believe to be legendary, and this one is of course about Alonzo Mourning, who I believe to be the most motivating player that at least I watched play. Now, just a quick note about his stats: he's really average. His dunk and layup are really low. His rebounding is okay, post okay, block is of course basically maximum because he was known for his devastating blocks. But other than that, his vertical is 65. So he's really nothing special in the game. Now back to why I believe he was legendary. If you watched on YouTube or TV or video or whatever, his jersey retirement ceremony, his teammates said that first of all the fitness room in the Miami Heat Stadium is now called the Zone because of him. Because what he did, even after an exhausting practice, he would go, as in shooting practice or whatever, he would go back there and work out a few hours after, when everybody else was about to die, basically was of exhaustion. He would go there and still train to be even better, which motivated his teammates to work even harder. And the most important thing is, of course, that two things. One is that if you consider who he had to play against, as in Shaq, Ewing, David Robinson, Mutombo, Olajuwon, he really was an undersized player or an undersized center, and still he had his ground and had a reputation, of course, for his defense. And the other thing is, of course, his medical condition with his kidney. Now, again, just think about it. The center is, I think, and as I find in my real life pick-up games, the center is the person or the player on the court who gets most beaten up. I mean, you get like 20-30 new bruises every match, and just think about it. You have basically a transplanted kidney, and then go back into the middle of this meat grinder is the true sign of dedication. About his signature skills in the game, he has eraser, which is okay. You see some nice blocks here. He has defensive anchor and lockdown defender, again okay, because he was a defensive power in the game. And also he has hustle points, which sound nice, but to be honest, I basically have no idea what it's for, because in reality, because it doesn't do anything. So I actually had to buy a scrapper for him, because I believe that I wasn't doing him justice in the game with like 8 rebounds. I mean, come on. And even with that, I believe that he's not good enough in the game. Maybe I played him or I didn't play him correctly or something like that. Basically, the thing that I did with him is what I did with my own MyPlayer in my first season, when I had low stats. box out, try to get rebounds and everything, try to get blocks. Again, you see a nice block here. And don't try to do anything apart from on offense. Don't try to do anything then, of course, putbacks after rebounds and screens, because whatever I tried, it didn't work. And the problem is that, again, just similar to Shaq, he has. Just look at that. I mean, it's graceful is that. Throwing the ball out of bounds by a mile. So the same with Shaq. Even though Shaq had, if you watched my last video, even though he has like 99 rebounding, it's not that easy to get rebounds with him, because his vertical is not as high. But Shaq is of course a tall guy in the game as well, of course. However, Alonzo Mourning is not a tall, not a tall guy for a center anyway, and his vertical again is quite low, and his layup is also quite low. He doesn't have finisher, so yeah, just like that. If you don't dunk it with him, then it doesn't matter what his shot in traffic or whatever is. He will miss basically everything, or almost everything, in the game. So I wasn't really, although I wanted him to be the best center that I ever played with. I know that like Shaq would be more dominating than him. But I really wanted him to be the best, and I couldn't play with him to a level that would mean that I would have found to be appropriate. So I'm really sad to say that in this match, or not in this match, because it was a nice match after all, but playing with Alonzo Mourning is not as satisfying as I hoped it would be. He's basically a one-dimensional guy on offense, and of course he can do like spectacular. Just look at that, dropping the ball. Nothing I could do about it because I instantly dropped it. So on offense he's one-dimensional, and on defense, of course, he can do. Let's look at that and that. That didn't look like a hustle player who is giving his blood to get every rebound. At least, yeah, at least some payback. So it's not that easy to get rebounds with him, or as many rebounds as I would have liked, even with Scrapper, and it wasn't really a pleasant experience. So I'm not looking forward to playing with him again, which is a pity, because I really wanted him to be the best player that I can try. Just look at that. I mean, how could I not get defensive rebound on a free throw? Anyway, of course, that doesn't mean that he wouldn't be the player of the game, at least in superstar difficulty, and he can do spectacular stuff. But I hope that my next subject will be more enjoyable in the game. So that's it for Alonzo Mourning, at least in the game. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you next time.